Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure. And this is my perspective. So we've got another one from tonight's conversation. And these clips are actually, they're hilarious in a way and sad in another way. But in any case, we've got one, and the amount of accountability dodging is Matrix level. Okay. It's Neo level. I'm not going to waste too much time. Let's get into this clip. Here we go.
To see the guy that I'm and just last week is here with his homeboy and two females.
Now, but for clarification, you guys wasn't in an official relationship.
No, not an official relationship.
And given this situation, my man can date.
He can date whoever he want to date. But let's talk about the real conversation needs to be had. The real conversation is she feels taken advantage of and she feels used. Yep. And as a woman, as a Black woman, it's very hard for us to even find a way to get into that soft area, to find the energy to be feminine and soft. Because most of us by default then had to be in survival mode for so long that going into soft mode take work. Like being able to break out of that exterior, that take a lot of work. So for you to have done that work and giving yourself to someone that you felt like was deserving of that, only to have that thrown in your face is a slap in the face.
It is.
But let's leave that. Now I'm gonna leave that there. But I'm gonna have you gotta hold your own for a second, because you had no business that you know wasn't for you, and you know where your heart at for him.
Hold on, you said throwing around the love word. Did he throw the word love around?
Yeah.
He took advantage of her.
So
you
hold on.
Whatever you
So I wanted y'all to pay attention to that and the level of caping that went on, the level of not having accountability, and all of those sorts of things. The Ace and that light-skinned girl always be on some foolishness. In every clip I see, they be on some foolishness. But they was on some real foolishness at this point. First of all, let's talk about the lady that wanted to out the guy that she was sleeping with. Whatever she thought that was gonna do, it made her look stupid. I don't know if she thought, see, chicks always be thinking they're gonna bust a man out and make him look stupid. And even if the man isn't doing 100% the right thing, it never makes him look as dumb as it makes you look. So regardless of the nature of their relationship, situationship, or whatever it was, because it looks like it was more context prior to this clip, whatever the nature of y'all situationship was, it wasn't that deep, because he's at the same place you're at with somebody else. She admits to not actually being in a real relationship. So you're in a situationship with somebody. It is what it is. And women don't want to hear that. Y'all want to point the finger and what a dude shouldn't have led you on, or he shouldn't have did this, or he shouldn't have did that. But the reality is you led yourself on. You waste your own time. You use yourself. You take advantage of yourself. Like, you're doing all of this stuff to yourself. And the reason why you're doing all of this, the reason why I can say that you're doing all this stuff to yourself is because whatever it is you think you're giving, you're not giving it under a commitment. You're not giving it to a man who has actually taken you under his leadership, that has actually committed anything to you, that has actually done anything other than come and knock the sonic rings out of you. That's all he did. He might have been nice, you know what I'm saying? Talk to you nice or something like that or whatever. But at the end of the day gotta end. Like, you know what I mean? Like you were in a situationship. That's why modern men and women made a whole new word for it and called it a situationship because it's not a relationship, it's not a marriage, it's not anything that was actually to be taken seriously by either of you. It was literally y'all kick it for a little bit, y'all have sex. Sex is the main thing that's happening. Anything else that might be happening peripheral around that is just circumstantial, right? It just happens to have happened. Maybe y'all do kind of vibe a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and realize that y'all get along. That may be so. Sometimes you get along with your friends with beanies or whoever it is. But at the same time, this is not a relationship. You know that as a grown woman. And I'm tired of these grown women standing up somewhere trying to act like you grown enough to make every decision except for when it come to that little raggedy, musty, dusty coochie of yours. Now all of a sudden some man is manipulating you out of it. Like, I'm tired of that. Y'all grown enough to sell it, but now all of a sudden you don't know how to discern who you should be giving it to along with your feelings and all of this other type of stuff. That man did not take advantage of her. She knew it. She knows it is a situationship. She stood up there and said it. So it's not, she wasn't being led astray. She wasn't being told one thing and then something else was going on. She actually was being told and shown that this is what it is. I come through, I knock the sonic rings out of you. You don't know what I do when I'm not around you. Just assume I got other women or another woman or a rotation or whatever the case may be. I could be going home staring at the wall afterwards. Who knows? Who knows what I do? But what you do understand is that whatever I'm doing, I'm not seriously doing it with you. So women have to understand, you want to move like men move sexually. You want to be able to have so-called casual sex with so-called no strings attached. And you want to be able to do this like you assume men can do it. You assume that men can have sex and that they don't have to necessarily be emotionally tied to the woman. And for a large majority of that is actually true. They don't have to be emotionally tied to the women that they are sexually attracted to or able to have sex with, right? They just biologically and psychologically operate that way. We do not. As women, we don't. I don't care what thought culture told you. I don't care what hoe culture told you. I don't care what Meg Thee Stallion told you. I don't care what Sexy Red told you. I don't care what Glorilla told you. I don't care what your mama told you. I don't care what none of these other chicks have ever said to you. If we get into a situation as women and we are having sex, and even if we not in a committed relationship with that man, if we are having sex consistently, let's say she consistently only had sex with him. Let's say he was her only sneaky link. She didn't have other men. She was just dealing with him and it just wasn't a relationship. That consistent sex is going to involve her feelings at some point, especially if he seemed like he a cool person too. Like, not only is he coming to knock the sonic rings, but he actually got a cool personality or whatever. That will leave her wanting more out of him. Man, I wish that we could be in a relationship because I see all of this other potential and I see his personality and I see maybe other things in his life that, you know what I'm saying, he seemed like he actually could be a good dude. Problem is, he's not trying to give all of that to you. Sticking around, giving him coochie, and then putting your feelings on the table doesn't do anything to that man. That does not change his perspective. That does not change his motive. That does not change how he moving. That don't change nothing for him. Nothing for him. So you do it to yourself. He's not leading you astray. He's not taking advantage. Taking advantage would be manipulating and lying and pretending to be in a relationship or pretending to have taken this woman seriously when he's really not. That would be leading somebody astray. Not, you know, this is a situationship, you know, I just slide through or whatever. Like, you let your own feelings get involved. And this is why thought culture is not helpful, particularly to women. It is damaging specifically to women more than it is men. Like, it has a negative effect overall for the men as well. But the women are particularly damaged by trying to have this casual sex and trying to have this thought culture thing going on. We as women cannot slide from dude to dude. We cannot do that. You got to find one dude. You got to be dedicated to that dude. You need to have that dude, you know what I'm saying, present yourself in such a way where he will marry you and take you seriously and be in a committed relationship with that man. And then you can have all the Mario coins knocked out of you to your heart's desire, and it will not have a negative effect. Matter of fact, it'll have a positive effect. And you'll be able to put your heart on the table. You'll be able to put your feelings on the table and all that good stuff in the confines of a marriage. But y'all will sit here and talk bad about a marriage. Oh, you know what I'm saying? We don't need to be getting married. You know what I'm saying? And the men gonna do this and the men gonna do that. But you will sit here and you will give your emotions and stuff like that to a man that's telling you in your face. That's telling you in your face, okay, you cool, but or whatever, like having sex with you is cool or whatnot, but we are not a couple. We are not together. You are not my woman. I am not your man. And he's showing you better than he can tell you, because he best believe he knew you were gonna be there. Okay, because you probably got common interests. So best believe he probably figured, if he didn't know for a fact that you were going to be there, you probably told him that that's where you were going to be. And then he shows up with, from what she say, his homie and two females. So they're probably on a double date. He's showing you better than he can ever tell you. And from what I gather, he ain't told no lies. And she talking about, oh, well, he said he loved me. Did he? Or did you say you love him? And then you kind of pressured it out of him, or you kind of tried to make it, you know what I'm saying? Come on, you don't love me. You know, all that desperate stuff, all that foolishness, trying to chase down a man that have shown you for X amount of time, however long y'all been fooling with each other. It ain't never progressed into nothing serious. You just want it to, and that don't make the world move. When is you chicks gonna figure that out? Zeroing in on a man in a way that he don't reciprocate does not move him. I don't care how you wanted him. I don't care what kind of future you thought you could have saw, you know what I'm saying? And this, that, and the whatever narrative you created in your head, that does not change or alter the reality. And it does not change or alter how that man regards you and how he moves with you. Because you sat there and tried to out him and just made yourself look like an idiot. Oh, well, he can date whoever he wants, so why you feel some type of way? Because you just let him clap the cheeks. From what you say, just clap the cheeks last week. He was just clapping cheeks. Now you feel some type of way because he knew you was going to be there and he didn't show up with you. He probably showed up with the girl he actually trying to make a relationship work with. You saw that and now you want to out him. Girl, and this is why he didn't take you seriously. And then this one, this chick here, get to talking about, you know what I'm saying, and we got to go in our soft space. Girl, if you don't knock it off, that girl ain't went into no soft space. That girl created a narrative in her head about who that man was and who she could be to that man. And he keep busting that bubble and coming with the reality that that's not what it is. And she keep feeling away. And this is her own fault. And so many situations are like this. And then you will get women that come to some other place where you can't ask the man what's going on. You can't ask his side of the story. You just got to take her narrative. And she'll start talking about how he led her this way and led her on and made her think this and made her think that. When the reality is these are all narratives that she came up with on her own. Now all of a sudden he's a liar and he's a manipulator. Like it's lies. It's foolishness. Too many women, too many of y'all do the same thing. And then you want to get out here and talk about how these men lie and cheat and how they not ish and this, that, and the third. But the part of the story that you don't tell is he never lied about what you were or what y'all were and what y'all were not. He never lied about that. What do you think it is when he don't never take you on no date? All the dates is in your house, in your bedroom. What do you think it is? He don't never spend no money. He don't never spend no time. You can't never get into a real conversation with him unless you talking about come over and clap these cheeks. That's when he answer your text. You send any other text about anything else, he leave you on read. What do you think it is? Then you want to get around your good girlfriends and talk about how he doing you wrong. He's not doing you wrong. He just showing you what it is. You the one don't want to accept it. But that's a personal problem. That's not his problem. That's your problem. And if you don't like that treatment, extract yourself out of that situation. Why even be bothered with the situation and then want to feel some type of way like he doing something wrong? Because I promise you, he don't feel no type of way. Because he getting what he want out of the situation. He getting to clap the cheeks. That's what he wanted. He didn't want nothing else serious with you. He getting exactly what he trying to get out of you. And you giving it to him. And then want to sit somewhere and mope with your mouth long and your face long. Girl, knock all of this foolishness off. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure. And this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.